Are you planning to watch the presidential debate tonight? A lot of you are. The presidential election has already been contentious, and it's not going to get any nicer.
Psychologist Dr. Laura Saunders is here with us this morning with some advice on how you can avoid getting stressed out during election season. Doc, this couldn't have come at a better time. How are you?
Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. And yes, we are back there again, right? We thought we had escaped for a while, and we did, but we are back in the divisiveness and contentiousness.
I'm talking to my brother. I'm grateful for that, but we just do not talk politics. We can't even broach the subject. Is that the case? Am I alone in this or no?
I don't think so. I think it's fairly common. And in those situations, Scott, I do think it's really important to focus on the things you have in common, the things you like that are the same, and not engage in the divisiveness, because the reality is you're not going to change his mind and he's not going to change your mind.
Which is such an important point. We're not changing each other's mind. It's like when somebody cuts me off on the highway, if I go after them, am I going to change them for the better? No, they're going to continue to do what they do. So just let them go.
Right. It's out of your control. Doc, it's really interesting that this poll by the American Psychological Association found that 57% of people surveyed said that the 2024 presidential election was already making them stressed out. And here we are.
5 months out.
I know, which is wild. What is your advice as we head into, the big debate tonight?
I do think it's about, staying informed, but knowing your limits. Honestly, there are times where you just need to turn off the TV, turn off the radio, whatever it is where you're getting your information. Take breaks because it gets overwhelming. And especially if you feel that you have a personal investment, as in if this candidate wins, my life will change or get worse for the better. Or if this candidate wins, my family's life will get worse or better. When you have a lot of personal investment, it makes the stakes even higher and the stress worse.
I like what you say about finding commonalities with people other than politics. Focus on the things that we know we enjoy together, we get along together, we talk about together. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I just don't think it's helpful. What we know is that the only people that really move on the continuum are people in the middle. So people on the extreme conservative or extreme kind of progressive end, they don't really move too much. So unless you're talking to someone who's in the middle and really open to hearing input, you're not going to gain any ground. So don't waste your breath and effort.
And what's nice, what you also recommend is connecting with your community and trying to help others out. I think that that's like, the bare part of humanity, right? A stripped down version, that we're just all here trying to get through life, and by helping each other out and doing some charitable things, you start to feel good, and you feel good about the people around you also.
Right, Nicole. It's about focusing what we do have control over versus what we don't have control over. Now, we all have the ability and power to vote, and we should absolutely exercise our right to vote, but we don't have control over how everyone else votes. So focus on what you do have control over. I can volunteer in my community. I can be a help. I can do positive things that you do have control over.
Somebody's going to come out on top tonight. It's either going to be one or the other. And there are going to be those taunters tomorrow that said, my candidate won. How do you address that? What do you do in that situation?
I walk away.
Okay.
because you're not going to change their mind. It's irritating. And we don't need to add to the stress in our lives.
Okay.
Yeah, we all have a different threshold, right, of what we can handle if it's on the opposing side of how you feel. So we just need to sing Dionne Warwick.
I was just going to say that. I swear to God. Walk on by. Bop, 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 bop.
Excellent advice.
All right. Thanks, Doc. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah, take care.
All right. Bye-bye.